Alright, y'all, we are back again for another reading. All right, of the Round Table. Um, in time, King Arthur fell in love with the fair Guinevere, daughter of King Leo de Grance. Merlin warned Arthur that she would not be true to him, but he insisted that Merlin travel to arrange his marriage to her. King Leo de Grance was delighted with the prospect of his daughter marrying King Arthur. Nothing would please me better, he said, and when they wed, my gift to Arthur will be that great table round which his father Uther once gave to me, and with it I will send 100 of my best knights. Arthur had now taken up residence at his castle in Camelot, the one he was beginning to think he liked best of all. And so Merlin traveled to Camelot along with a great train of people. Guinevere, dressed in rich silks and velvets, with filmy veils that flew up around her, with her ladies in waiting around her. A huge wagon conveyed the table round, and King Leo de Grance himself cantered cheerfully in the lead of his 100 knights. After that, the great round table was unloaded from his wagon and set up in the main hall of the castle at Camelot. Around it were placed 150 seats or sieges, the courtly word for seats. On each siege was inscribed in letters of gold the name of the knight who would sit there. King Leodegrance had already brought 100 knights to fill that many siege, but did not leave too many for Arthur's men. But Sir Kay was quickly assigned a seat, and so was Sir Ector, his foster father, and many other loyal knights. As the table was round, all the knights were equal as they sat. Um, Merlin stopped Arthur at once and shook his head. The golden letters read, Siege Perilous. What does that mean? Asked Arthur. It is a seat reserved for the perfect knight, said Merlin. Anyone else sits in it um, on peril of instant death. Well, said Arthur, a perfect knight, what would he be like? And do you suppose one such will come to Camelot? Uh, Merlin gave one of his shrugs. You'll know it plainly when he does. He said. After the wedding, as Arthur sat at the round table with the knights, he remembered that although he was happy right then, there were so many in his kingdom who were not so happy. He had seen a great deal of violence and suffering during his travels throughout his lands. He rose to his feet and spoke to the knights around him. We're happy here today, safe and secure. But out across the kingdom, there are many who are not happy. Many live in fear. Robbers and murderers lurk in the woods and the byways, terrifying travelers. There are giants and ogres and bad men who kidnap young maidens, defraud old people, and abuse children. He wanted to say next, and the pause only made everyone look up and wait with more attention. Look, he said then, what I want to say is you are, all of you, the bravest and best men in the kingdom, but you spend a good deal of your time challenging and fighting each other. What about spending more time fighting the robbers, murderers, the frauds, and cheats? A silence had fell on all those around the table. Arthur went on rather desperately. Why shouldn't we all band together to fight against whatever is wrong and cruel? Let us have a new fellowship, a fellowship of the round table, where each of us vows just that, to fight against the wrong and help the helpless. Will you vow that with me? There was rustling and a stirring all around the table, and then a great racket of chairs were pushed back, and one night after another stood up to take the vow, to fight against injustice and to right the wrongs, and went up too far, and helpless. And thus, in this way, was born the Order of the Knights of the Round Table, whose deeds would become so famous.